Alright, welcome back to the channel. We got a little bit of noise going on out here. It is winter time, it is cold. Sitting in my little office here trying to warm up. Trying to get a little something done in the shop, but it's not been very agreeable with me. I don't like that cold weather. But today the wife has got us a project again. She keeps me pretty well moving on all my projects, I think. So she found this little top here that she said looks just fine and dandy on Amazon. I don't know if you like the thing. It's here. You can look it up. But she liked it. Looks something like that. And she wanted me to go ahead and build it and see if I could do that. And she wanted it to be a little different size. So she has ordered the little plugs in here. She wants to have the outlets in there. So we'll work on that. And other than that, she, like I say, she just wanted the dimensions different. The ones that they had here, kind of rough there, about 23 inches tall. She's putting these beside the bed, so she wanted a little taller. So I went ahead and modified it, took the picture and moved it over to this. We got the picture all in here and sizes, and then I wanted to try to figure out what the best way was to make all these legs curve. And we need to do 2 of them, so that's 4 legs each. That's 8 pieces that have to be cut out for each of the legs. The top and the bottom will not be too awful bad. So what I did is I went ahead, seems I have a CNC machine, and we went ahead and let's see if we can pull this on up, show you how we did it. We'll come here, so we need to go to the file, go here, I missed that. We need the file and open that up. And we're going to go down to the wife's project here, and we're going to open that up. And basically I drew it up on here off of over here you can actually import a picture of it. So I imported the picture and did a trace on it, and then I just simply copied it over and made it the length I wanted. Looks like it's pretty good. Whole lot easier to do this on CNC than it is on the with a jigsaw or whatever else, bandsaw. And they're all going to be exactly the same. If I do CNC, have the technology, might as well use it. You can take this same thing and do it on you know, regular jigsaw or whatever. I don't really have the dimensions much more than for mine. We went from the top of the table to the bottom of the leg here. Looks like we're about 29¼ inches long. The total width of this is from longest point here to here, which is on that line there. Looks like it's actually comes in at just about 8 inches thereabouts. I'm 8.19 on this thing. So that's about how big the leg is. The curves and all, you know, I don't know how you're really going to say. I mean, from the top here, you might be able to get a little bit of an idea if you want to draw this thing out someplace else. To the center of that, I think I ended up making that about 8 inches. And then if we went from there down to where it is here, looks like we're about 5¼ inches, something like that. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the leg dimensions are. I think will work out fine. So I come out to the shop. I have got some old wood out here, some pine that I had sitting around. So we'll go ahead and show you what we have there. Oops, let me grab the thing up. So out here, I have just an old piece of pine. It's been around a while. It's kind of weathered. That makes it almost affordable for me to build it. If I had to buy the wood, it'd probably be cheaper to have them do it. But hey, it's a hobby. So we'll cut this off. I'm going to cut these about 33 inches long. Once they're cut 33 inches long, I'm sending them through the sander. And the sander is going to be over here. We sand them down just to get them kind of leveled out. I like that better than the planer, because the sander I can confine that down to just taking the edges off and getting it flat. If you use your planer is going to go ahead and squeeze that board flat, and you're just going to thin it out. So it keeps a parallel, but it doesn't take off the high spot and low spot quite the same as my sander. And I want to keep as much thickness as I can. Once we did that, we've got the boards up on this and started running. Once it gets to there, then we have them cut out. There's some tabs that hold this in place, so we'll just take this and get a few more of the tabs cut off the back of them, and then we'll be able to poke them on out. We'll take those, finish them up. We're going to run them on the sander a little bit over here, and when we get done, we'll have a leg that looks something like this, and should be in good shape. So we're going to go ahead and build 7 more of these, get them sanded down and get them ready to go, and then we'll work on doing the shelves. So that kind of shows you what we got there. Not a lot of detail, but like I say, you'll end up with a little cutout. You can use that as a transfer it over or whatever. Like I say, if you have to draw it up versus the CNC, maybe a little more challenging, but still possible to do, and Jigsaw cut it out for you. So let me go ahead and I've got 4 of them done. I'm going to go ahead and cut this board into 4 pieces and go ahead and get those ready to go on the CNC machine. Okay, we got them all off the CNC machine, and we're going to go ahead and put it on the old sander here. The only thing I don't like about this is the way you have to use this. This edge sander is really nice, but if you're going to run it off the edge to do like these curves, the guard that's on here that does all the dust collecting is really pretty useless. It's going to just throw sanding everywhere. So it does get a little dusty in here. Probably should put on a dust mask. So anyways, we'll go ahead and we'll throw this on here and give it a quick sand, show you what that looks like. I like the old edge sander. It does a good job. That's all that takes. We'll do a quick repeat of that 8 times and we'll have them ready to go. Okay, this is going to seem like I never stopped this project, but it's actually been a week or 2 even since I've started on it. And I don't even remember what I finished recording with. But anyways, we've got the basic formats of the legs set up, pieces in place. I've taken some measurements, and the middle shelf here, which is going to look in this vicinity here. I've kind of, because of the material I had, we're going to just make that out of plywood. And I took it, measured it out. It's approximately 14 inches between the legs and about 12 inches in between the other. So this will be sitting in here, well, sort of like this, front to back. And then I've cut a hole in here, and I actually did mine there again with the CNC, real quick and easy. And the wife wants the plugs to be put in there, so that hole is going to be really determined by what size these plugs you've got. We can put a link to some. I think she ordered them, so I don't even know where she got them. I think it's Amazon. Anyways, they're pretty easy to find. So we're really modifying some of these dimensions, and I'll try to, when I get all done with this thing, give you a little cut list. But for right now, we're still working on what exact sizes we need. So the next thing I think I want to do, I've got the center shelf, the legs, the one across the top, actually. This one here is done, and the other side is done. They're ready to go. All those pieces are laying here. So the next ones we need to get is probably this base, and I think that one's going to be 14 by 21 is what I've determined. So we're going to go ahead and cut those up. We'll have those ready to go. Okay, we're back in the shop today. We've got a little bit of warmth and a little bit of sunshine, so we're going to at least try to get a little bit of progress made out here. We've busted a whole 50 degrees, but I think that's going to be about the last time for the week. So yeah, it'll be another week before I can do anything. But for today, we did go ahead and get everything sanded up. We've got cross members for the top of it, the very top of the table. The legs are ready to go. This is going to be the base that it's sitting on, and this will be the bottom of that. And we've also got our center panel. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to glue these up and probably just do some pin nails in them and post them off, because everything's going to be painted, so I don't have to worry about a whole lot of that. But we should be able to go ahead and pretty well glue and pin nail this thing together and call it good. So that's what we're going to work on. We'll kind of show you a couple little steps on the way if we can, and let you see how it's looking. Okay, we're making a little bit of progress. We've got the base all done. We've got it nailed together, glued. Should be holding together just fine. We laid it down and added the boards underneath here. I took a board and put it against the bench up there. And that dimension, I marked it off to keep everything square. Let me see if I can show you what we did. And I marked this off at approximately 22.5 degrees. And that way I could lay these boards down where they needed to be, line them up at that end, and was able to nail and glue them in place. And then we added the pieces here. So they'll be good and separated. And then the only thing else we have to do is go ahead and figure out exactly where this is going to go. And it'll fit in here someplace like that. So it'll kind of give you an idea that way. We'll center it up. And if you kind of go with my dimensions, it's going to fit in there just inside of that. So it'll look just about like that when we're done with that part. And then we'll be able to put the top on. So we got to go ahead and glue and nail this down. And then set the top on there and do some sanding, and we'll be making some progress. So that's where we're at right now, but that was what I found the easiest way to line everything up, make sure it's square and ready to go. If your legs are all cut good and square, it should fit in here without any problem. And we'll go ahead and finish this one on off. We've got the other one sitting on the ground, looking pretty good. We'll throw the top on that one and in the middle shelf, and we'll be making progress finally today. So probably ain't going to get it painted because it's not going to be warm enough to do that, but hopefully we'll get it all glued up and nailed together, and you'll come back. We'll go ahead and get her painted up and let you see what it looks like then. Okay, we've pretty much got them all put together. They are about ready. A little bit more sanding, a little bit of putty in here and there, but the basic concept is totally there. So that gets us that much closer to finished. I think they're looking pretty good, looking fairly sharp. Coat of paint on them and they'll definitely look like some nice furniture. So we'll go ahead and just finish that little bit up and show you the final paint job, I think, and that should take care of a project, and we'll glue you into whatever we come into. Okay, we finally got a couple days of warm weather and was able to break out the old paintbrush and put some paint on these. I think they ended up looking pretty decent. We've got plugs all installed up underneath them. That gives us a couple plugs in the USBs, and they should be fine. We're going to go ahead and call that a finished product. We'll set them in the house and see how they look there, and let the wife put whatever she wants to on them and deck them up, and we'll add that to it. And then that's about it for them. If somebody should want the dimensions and all on this, I kind of showed it before. I kind of moved them around a little bit, but if you want something a little bit clearer, that's the dimensions of all the shelves, tops and bottoms. If you can understand my scribbles. If not, and you need something on that, let me know. I'll try to clean that drawing up a little bit and give you something to go on. If you want to cut your legs out on the CNC machine, if you have that, I use Carbide Create on the CNC. I would have that file and make that available to you also if you want to do that. So just let me know if you're interested, and we'll help you out and let you build these, or give you a link to the ones that are on Amazon that you can buy if you'd rather just buy them if you like the look. So anyways, that's got this project. If you like it, how about give me a little thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the little bell Never know what kind of projects I'm going to get into. This week it's woodworking, and last week it was small engines, and hopefully it's something that you would enjoy getting into. And we'll try to keep swapping it up and giving a little bit different content whenever I can. So thanks again, and we'll check with you on the next project, whatever it may be.